Change your diet, change your life, change the planet.
Take a look at my wrist. What's missing, besides color? Something that I have not gone without in a very, very long time. My GPS watch. I'm naked. I'm running naked through the woods! So today I want to talk to you about having a GPS watch, a global positioning system, on your wrist at all times. The pluses and the minuses. Ready? I'll start with the pluses. Number 1, you always know what time it is. Number 2, you know how long you've been running. Number 3, you know how far you've been running. Hello, I'm trying to make a video here and you guys are like chirping. Bird's always trying to upstage me. What's up with that? So where was I? Number 4, you know what pace you're running at. Number 5, you can go home and upload the data into your computer, and then you can spend hours crunching all this data and totally obsessing over these details. Wait a minute. Is that a plus or a minus? That might be a minus. Ding, ding, ding. All right, let's go over to the minuses. Number 1, data overload. One of the great things about these watches is that they give us data. But one of the bad things about the human mind is that we obsess over this data. We spend hours looking at calories burned and elevation gained and miles run and watts and amps and minutes per second, and yeah, that doesn't make sense. But when you're obsessed in this data zone, you go into this alternate dimension where minutes per second actually starts to make sense. And we start doing all these random calculations and making training plans based on what? Arbitrary manipulations of data in our own heads that have nothing to do with reality. And the reality is, how do you feel during the workout? Do you feel good? Do you feel bad? Did the run or workout start easily, or did it start hard? In the middle of the run, did you feel good or bad? At the end of the run, did you feel good or bad? 3 hours after the run, did you feel good or bad? How do you feel? When we have these watches on our wrist, we don't pay attention so much to how we feel. We look at what the numbers are telling us. So we look at all this data, and then we start creating these plans carved in stone that are based on abstract information rather than, how do I feel? How is my body responding to the training? What's going on today? What is the terrain like? No, Tim, I'm going to run at 6:30 pace today, and I'm going to look at my watch every 15.5 seconds to make sure I'm maintaining 6:30 pace. Wait a minute. I'm running at 7:15 pace, and I feel like crap. What's going on? The earth is ending. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. This is a huge problem of GPS watches. First of all, they're not that accurate. We'll go back to the minuses again. They're not that accurate. I'll be running at 7-minute pace. How do I know? Because I know my perceived effort. And I look down at the watch and it says 9:30. It's like, wait a minute. That's wrong. Something is off here. I know what 7-minute pace feels like. Even if I'm having a bad day, maybe I'm running at 7:30 pace, but I'm not running at 9:30 pace. Bad watch, bad watch. But for some reason, people think that the information displayed on their watch is coming from on high. Oh wait, it is. It's coming from satellites. But those satellites are not that accurate, and you need a bunch of them. We can't think of this as an exact science. And these watch companies will tell you they're not 100% accurate. Your elevation is going to be off. Your speed is going to be off. Your location is going to be off. But we obsess over the numbers. Well, the watch is telling me I'm running at 7:15 pace and I'm supposed to be running at 6:30, and I'm just going to quit. I'm not going to do this anymore. All this training has been for nothing. I'm having a horrible day. I suck. I can't run. I quit. Or you pick up the pace and push yourself even further. But maybe you are running at 6:30 pace and the watch is just wrong. Now you're down to like 5:40 pace, which is way more than you should be doing for this particular workout. And you start to overtrain. Or you get sick, or you get injured because you're looking at the numbers and not checking in with the body. How do you feel? And there are going to be days where, yes, I want to run at 6:30 pace, but my body's just not there right now. Something's up. So I'm going to run at 8-minute pace, and it's going to feel like 6:30 pace, and that's okay. It's about perceived effort. I want to feel like I'm running at 85% effort, and if 8-minute pace feels like 85% effort, then that's the pace I'm going to run at. Or that's the effort level that I'm going to run at. Who cares what the watch says? Unfortunately, a lot of people care what the watch says. I've been to track workouts where people will look down at their watch and say, wait a minute, this track is not a quarter mile. I'm showing up at 0.23 here, not 0.25. This track is short. So they're doing their mile repeats, and the GPS is telling them that a mile is actually like a mile and 1/10. So they're running like an extra 40 seconds. And they're like, oh my God, I am so slow, because they're looking at the watch. When does the watch say that I've run a mile? Not 4 laps on the track, which has been measured precisely. A 400-meter track is a 400-meter track. It doesn't change from lap to lap, but your watch is going to tell you that it does. And that, for some crazy reason, is the alternate dimension that people want to go into when they're using these watches. So what happens is people stop paying attention to concrete reality. They stop paying attention to their own senses. They stop paying attention to their body. And instead, they tune into the almighty watch. The watch is right. The watch is always right. And here's the weirdest part. It's my watch that's right, not yours. If my watch says that this race is 3.18 miles instead of 3.1, and your watch says it's 3.08 miles, well, my watch is going to be the one that's right. Because then I can tell everybody, oh, this race wasn't 5K, it was longer than 5K, so my mile splits are actually faster than what's going to show up in the race results. We'll go by my watch. Everybody else's watch is wrong. Oh, and the guys that USATF certified the course by rolling that little wheel, they're wrong too. So I don't think they should call these watches GPS, Global Positioning Systems. What they really are is EPS, Ego Positioning Systems, because it lets me know the position of my ego anywhere on Earth. It's right here. That's where my ego is. I just checked in. Ooh, my ego's going fast today. Damn, I'm good. So now, after running for years every single day with a Garmin GPS watch on my wrist, it's finally pooped the bed. So I'm going to go off and run naked through the woods now. How far will I go? I don't know. How long will I go? I don't know. I'll go until I feel like the workout is done. I don't need a watch to tell me when the workout is over. So if you find yourself addicted to these GPS watches, EPS watches, take them off every now and again. Find out who you are running naked through the woods. See ya!